And welcome back to 90s Noise. This is Ashley, born 1988.
I'm April, born 1991.
We're back.
We are back and we are wrapping, tying with a bow.
Wrap it up. Oh my God, like it literally feels like forever since we've done a recap episode. Like I don't even wasn't it the beginning of this year that we were wrapping up 92? Like
I think
it's
so.
so long. I forgot how to do it.
So the thing is we've had a lot of different, we've had collaborations, we've had guests on. So I think that's what maybe has stretched out 93 so much more, is that we weren't just our like what 6-7 week that we had originally scheduled for it. It just stretched out because things happen. People respond. So we got a lot done. But yeah, we are wrapping up 1993. It's 30-year anniversary.
And 2023 is coming to a close, so 93 is gonna say sayonara.
Peace out. So with that being said, and not just 1993 is peacing out, but this is actually also going to be our season 2 finale. And
we're going to take a little break because your girls need a break.
Yeah, we didn't take a break for the holidays last year, so
I don't feel like we took much of a break at all this year between anything, like a couple weeks at best.
Yeah, I know, like there's some times that we were sick and everything, so but otherwise we
so we're gonna take like a little wee baby break for obviously Thanksgiving. So next week, Thanksgiving, we want everyone to enjoy the holidays.
Yes,
but then after that we are going to come back with some special episodes, just some little bonus fun ones to kind of celebrate
the holidays
that are still going on.
Yes.
Before we get into season 3 next year.
Zoo. Starting off 2024 with the 30 years for 1994.
I know, like how did that work out, girl?
Hey, that worked. That worked perfectly.
No, did.
We're not planning on spending all of 2024 and 1994.
Please. No,
because that I think would just be a little too much. So, but we are definitely going to be starting off
with a bang.
We've got a few that are going to be some bangs.
That
are in the works.
Stuff working.
So 1993 favorite episode that you can pull out of your ass out of all
that we talk about.
So we're just gonna talk about the episodes that were actually 1993 based. We're not gonna we're not gonna go into like
the collabs or just like
collabs or special guests. Because number one, we're not gonna. All of our special guests were incredible, and we thank each and every one of them, and all of our collabs were a lot of fun.
All of the future collabs that we will have, we are excited.
So we actually
I'm trying to pull up the list because your girl does not know what she did talk about.
Yeah, so actually, just putting it out there, Ashley, our last recap came out on June 14th.
Wow. Okay.
So it's only been
not as long as it was, but it did seem like we were here forever.
4.5-5 months almost in 93. But again, like half of our episodes are the collabs or special guests. So
we had clubs. Okay, so we talked music. No, that's definitely not. Of course I clicked it. I kind of really liked talking animal movies.
Yeah,
I think because I know there are more coming up in the next couple of years that I am super excited to talk about, and I just
1994 is one of my favorites.
Ooh, can't wait to find out what that is. I think there's one of my favorites too. You can never go wrong. I mean, you could go wrong, but I just feel like if you pick the right one, you can't go wrong with a good animal movie. It's just so feel good. And yeah, I think that had the best memories for me. You?
So that was probably the best cry for me.
Oh God, yeah.
Probably best memory. I'm gonna probably have to go with Three Musketeers, because not only has that been one of my all-time favorite movies for just so long, since I can freaking remember, but the timing was so perfect because of the fact that got to see Bryan Adams, and he performed the song.
Yeah, that's true.
That I think that one probably has like the most memory for me and most excitement of doing, but
that makes sense.
I love that one. Even just the other day when we were talking Surf Ninjas, I definitely really enjoyed that one too. Lil shout out. I don't know if they'll hear this, but shout out to Nick Cowan, who played Adam. He messaged me out earlier today as I can't wait to listen. So I was like, hey, let me know when you do.
That's sweet.
Definitely had some good episodes for 93.
Yeah, it was an interesting year.
Definitely.
A movie that I didn't get to talk about. Look Who's Talking Now. Didn't get to talk about that one. But that one is a really good movie from 93. The whole like trilogy of them with Kirstie Alley and John Travolta it's classic. They're so amazing together. And yeah, the movies are cheesy and all of that. They're kind of don't have a whole lot to them. There's not a whole lot of meat to them, but that one, the third one, I remember a lot with, because there's dogs in it that talk, so to speak, and the son is David Gallagher from Seventh Heaven. So I always remember him from that movie, and oh, he's cute because he's like, he was my age when I was enjoying that movie. But yeah, but of course there's dogs in it, and so that whole aspect of like having these animals in it made me love it more.
I don't remember that third one. I remember the first two, but I don't remember the third one. I think I stopped after the second.
Because it's super. And it's honestly, it's fitting for this time of year because it is kind of set around Christmas time. And so like when we were doing that episode talking about the 80s cartoons, and I had said that I remembered the Alvin and the Chipmunks, like that Christmas song that they do, it's because of this movie and them singing it in there and stuff, and it's cute. I don't know, that's just what I remember. And like there's this whole cabin scene, and I don't know, it's very vivid, and for some reason I remember that movie very well, but other things I can't, and I just don't know why. Like why that movie sticks out.
I do wish, and I can't, for some reason I'm thinking I may have the wrong year on this one, but we talked about a little bit when we were talking about Surf Ninjas, because I told you I wasn't gonna destroy you with another one, but maybe in the future, like I said, on a time that you and I are together, I'll just have to bring it with me, because it's impossible. You cannot find it. I have not been able to find it like any streaming. I don't even think it's on YouTube, but Double Dragon. And it's did you ever watch Party of Five?
I don't think I ever did, no.
Okay. Because
I know it obviously, but I just don't.
It's got Scott Wolf in it. It's also got Alyssa Milano, and then I always butcher his name, which sucks because I think he's freaking phenomenal. Mark Demarcus. As you know by now, I'm horrendous at pronunciations. It is the Midwest girl in me. I try, but I just fail miserably. Anyways, it's based off of a video game, and
you got your 90s bracelet on.
I haven't taken them off. Yeah. I got both of them still.
That's funny.
Yeah. I got both of them on still. But yeah, that movie is one that was very 90s for me. Same, because this got some fighting. It's some sort of ninja type, not necessarily like ninja,
right?
Like some of the others, but that, and you know what? There's another one. There was one more that I was like, oh, this would have. I want to see if it's what year this one was.
And Free
It's
Willy is
just,
also a big one for 93.
which one?
Free Willy.
Yeah, with everything going
Yeah,
on,
I don't want to talk about it. I don't support any of that stuff. And like obviously as a kid you're not thinking of those things
you're
and you
not
didn't
necessarily
you're not
aware.
aware. So, but I
Yeah.
do remember that being one of the movies that I loved watching. But I would never give it the time of day to even speak a whole episode on it. So
Yeah. Sorry, I just got very distracted. Like IMDb does that to me sometimes.
trying to figure out, yeah.
No, there's like a picture. It was like a poster, and it had like 15 different cats on it. Everything. I'm like, what is this? Is this like a new cat movie?
Oh God, yeah, you got her with the cats.
Yep, got me with the cats. Always gonna get me.
Oh.
It's not the free candy, it's the come pet the kitties. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of the other movie I was thinking of was 92.
Oh.
Wasn't no, we didn't really talk about, and we'll probably circle back to later on. Jurassic Park, wasn't that 93?
Yeah, it was. I think that was like the biggest movie of 93, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't worry, folks.
I didn't really grow up with it though. I didn't.
Really?
Yeah, I was never into dinosaurs, was never really big for me.
I think that's where our separation. You grew up with a sister, I grew up with two brothers, and so we'll probably touch on it, but touch on like the three, the first three as a whole later on, maybe in the year that the second one came out, whatever year that was, because it was a big, it was a big part for me.
What are you looking forward to for 94? For season 3, I guess, really, besides movies and shows? Like what's a topic that's been kind of sitting with you that we still haven't gotten to?
These fucking video games.
I know, and I've been seeing more memes lately of like different video games and like, oh, do you remember this scene and the anxiety it gave you? And oh, do you remember this and that? And yeah, it's haunting us, April. We have got to do the video games.
So
I feel like we should make that a goal for January. We're gonna get that episode out. Like, let's be the beginning of one of our.
You know what we've got planned for January already, recording wise? Like,
well, we will record it next week. We're gonna get it.
Play those games yet in that little short time.
I know. We need like a month.
Yeah, I'm being realistic here. Ashley is being very unrealistic.
Hey,
it will be in the 1994 segment.
We should just say it's gonna be in 2024 at some point, because we've been promising this since like season 1. Like, so
this is our second season. So it's not like we're on like season 6 or something.
Like a year ago.
Okay, but there's also a handful of different games that are getting revamped for like Nintendo.
Oh, really?
It's like the Switch. There's like a Mario one that's getting redone. That's coming out this month.
If anyone wants to buy me one of those for Christmas, I will love it.
Yeah, I think. Oh shit! Did we get rid of it? I don't know. We may have to see, because there's also like one of the games I want to definitely discuss, because sometimes this mid 90s really does kind of yes, this I've got the right year. So 94, one of the games definitely want to talk about. They had like re-released for like PS4, PS4, PS5, Xboxes. Wow. I think they even put it on the Switch maybe. And so I got to see if we still have that, because I'd gotten that for PS4 and I don't remember if we still have it or not, or if we had gotten rid of it because I wasn't playing it. But I do think I want to get back into that. And
Well, I
Maybe
mean, they
even
do have
like
a lot of these
little,
like on YouTube, like the
yeah.
playthroughs. So you could always just watch the playthroughs of a lot of these
No,
90s games. But I do want to play
watch the
them.
playthrough. I want to freaking play. I want to see if I can beat the damn level.
Oh
Like,
God, here comes the anxiety.
yeah, my issue is like the controllers. Like,
Yeah,
it's so different than what I was used to. Anyways, before we turn this into our video
our
game,
video episode.
yeah, so definitely video games. My favorite, one of my favorite animal slash animation movies came out in '94. So
Oh boy, that
I'm
sounds like a fun one.
I'm excited for us to talk about that, and it be its 30-year anniversary.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's probably part of what I'm excited for. I'm also excited for some of the special ones that we've got cooking that have been in the works for a little while.
yes.
What about you?
Oh, girl, I want the music episode. No, I'm just kidding. No. I've been thinking about books a lot lately. Like, I
Hmm.
really want to maybe talk about some of the books that we read. I feel
Yeah,
like reading is or at least I feel like for us, reading was a big part of our childhood. We've talked about it
definitely.
before. So maybe just picking some random books. And I think we had talked about before doing some sort of like book report thing
Hmm.
with them, just kind of doing something fun. So I don't know. I think that could be interesting.
Yeah, we'll just have to like make sure we both create a PowerPoint and that could be thrown
Oh,
up
they did
on
not have
Instagrams.
PowerPoints in the 90s. We gotta go old school, girl. You gotta get a
Okay, so
poster
you're gonna,
board.
oh
You
God.
gotta-
Oh God.
Yeah, no, I
Mine's gonna
need
have
those.
paw prints all over it
There you go. That's fun.
because Lord knows my cat's gonna be walking all over that
Um,
thing.
Shoot, I always forget to plug my computer in. Let's not lose all of the video footage. Okay.
Let's not.
God.
That would not be good.
Yeah,
Yeah, so recap. We went through music, we went through a good chunk of movies,
lots of collabs. And
lots of
so you're gonna
collabs.
have a couple weeks to kind of catch up on things if you are
Hmm.
behind. I know the holiday
Yeah,
seasons are gonna be crazy.
that's for
Um,
sure.
don't really have any plans right now, but that could change. So I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you. So, I mean, honestly, I think that's all we got for the recap. I know this one's a short one, but our recaps are usually a short one. You guys stick with
Exactly.
us
That's what a
for
recap is. I
for
hate the
our,
I hate the recaps before shows that are like 5 minutes long. And you're like,
oh
this
my
this
gosh.
is not a recap. And they don't have the skip recap function. You're like,
Oh,
yeah,
thank goodness, like, thank goodness Vampire Diaries has that because I'm just like, skip, skip, skip.
I know, honestly.
Yeah,
And also, if you haven't taken the time to sign up for our Patreon,
check it
y'all better
out.
get up on there. We've been slacking on that, but we've got things going on. So, you know what? We need you to join for us to keep doing stuff because that's what happens. If you want good material, you got to join, and you're going to want to for season 3.
That's for sure. Lots of things cooking for season 3. Okay. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna pull a couple of questions from Hella 90s now. So
90. Dun, 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 dun.
okay. Actually, this is funny because Alex and I were just talking about this the other day. Okay, so what links these clues together? You ready?
Yeah.
La 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 la. Okay. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Ho.
The Teletubbies.
Yep.
I nicknamed my horse Teletubby because his name was Telly, so I used to call him
Yeah.
Teletubby.
Yeah.
Aw.
I
You watched that
honestly,
show?
No, I
Yeah, me
never
neither.
did.
Mm-mm.
I never did. That was because that was, I think,
It
like
was after our time.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what year did that come out?
I
Like
feel like if it came out in the early 90s, I probably definitely would have watched it, but
97.
yeah,
So yeah, that was
it's been 9.
past the time where we really did
I mean, I know
for me.
we put it on and probably just more so like watch a couple minutes of it and made fun of it type thing, like, oh, that's so ridiculous. But
I legitimately like I rather wanted to watch like Jerry Springer's show or something, because that's the thing. It was like you have
it rolls
Disney
out
or
there,
wherever,
Jerry.
like you have like Disney or stuff like where it's if you're sick and stuff, it's like super super kindergarten preschool type shows like Teletubbies,
Yeah.
different things like that. But so like if you're sick and you're kind of in that fever haze, yeah, I would always flip to like PBS or freaking Jerry or something, whatever, any of those. I never did the soaps. I could not ever get into
Yeah,
any
I
of
don't
the
think I ever
soaps
watched
though.
those. Mm-mm. Not until I
But
was probably in high school. I watched a
not
little
not the
bit.
soap operas to where they've been going for like
Well, I
more
watched,
years than I've
I
been
believe it
alive.
was, I believe my mom loved the soaps. I may have like watched a little bit with her at some points, but no, I watched, I believe, General Hospital when Kirsten Storms started
Mm.
being on it. So I watched a little bit of it. Then I was like,
I
nah, this ain't for me.
tried
I
I
tried.
tried watching old episodes of All My Children because
Mm.
Jesse McCartney was in it,
Oh yeah.
and I just couldn't.
It's,
I
ugh.
just couldn't.
It's
I
nice
just
that you
couldn't.
can like jump in almost at any time and be like, okay, but it's still it's just
Mm,
ridiculous.
yeah.
All right, so let's see. What U.S. president's wife said he's a hard dog to keep on the porch?
So we're talking 90s,
Yeah,
right?
the most infamous
So
president
is
probably of our time.
so if we're talking about the one that I'm thinking of, there's a few other things that she probably could have said. Um I'm gonna go with is asking for the president or the wife?
The wife's name.
The wife, Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No comment on that married couple at all.
Oh my God.
We're not gonna go into that. No, no
No,
politics
thank
here
you.
right now. Maybe we'll touch on a little politics next year with the election, but
Yeah. Ooh.
we're gonna have to have like a blood oath that whatever we say is not gonna
It's
cause
not
friction between the two
exactly
of us,
what we
because
say is just
I don't know, because that's the thing. Like I
if
try
it's,
and keep politics out
and if
of.
you're talking about like the 90s that already happened and all that kind of stuff,
Mhm,
whatever.
yeah,
People,
but I try and keep politics to a very minimum
oh yeah.
discussion because number one, most people don't agree with what I have to say, but like they because see, I'll just lay it right here. This is my 2 seconds or little thing with politics. I don't necessarily consider myself one or the other because number one,
Yeah.
when you fucking get down to it, 98% of the politicians, whether they win or lose, are going to be flying home in their private jet, going to their $30 million mansions. So honestly, I don't see any of them having the middle class America
No, of
slash
course
lower
not.
class America in their actual mind. They are in the pockets of corporations. And I
They
say this because
I was gonna say they only say what you want to hear them
they
say.
say what you want to hear. And here's my little thing. I've had family in politics. I have I specifically in high school took AP politics
Mm.
and everything, but that was one of the strange, like the hardest classes, simply because of the fact that I was my views were a minority in that class. And so it was constantly like having to like fight for what I had to say.
Were they trying to push one side of the, or
so I'll just lay it out here and say what people want, and you may delete this out. Honestly, I don't care. But for your information, my high school being in Lawrence, Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas is one of the few Democratic holds in the state of Kansas. Kansas is normally a Republican state. It is considered a very Republican state. My views fall closer in line on the Republican side. They do. But I am somebody who can see both sides to an equation. Right. I'm not just Republican. Oh, that's all I vote. That's all I vote.
That's all you,
I mean, I've voted Democrat before in different elections. But I take the time to go through, and if I'm going to go vote, I take the time to go through and see everybody's who I actually align with more.
Right, is how it should be.
But in my high school, there was a lot of people who were just very Democratic, like it didn't matter what it was. And that is what I had to deal with my class a lot of the time. There was a few people, and I mean, it made for a fun time. But like after we left the class, it wasn't something. I was still friends with those people. It wasn't something that like made it to where, you're never talking to you again type of deal. But it was one that like there was a few friends that I had to sit down and I like sat down with them and I was like, listen, I'm respecting your views. But the fact that you're not respecting mine, do you see an issue there? Because there is an issue with that. Like everybody has their own life experiences that shape them to put them on a certain track. Just because mine doesn't align with yours doesn't mean we can't come to an agreement. Doesn't mean we can't come to a commonality.
Right.
And
that's
that
the
is
issue
what
with politics, because nobody wants to see everyone's sides, and they're like, well, it's my way or no way. And it's like, well, but I have actual reasonings and stuff behind why I believe this. Let me believe it. Who cares? It does not affect you. Like, move on.
Yeah. And it's like I'm not trying to persecute you for what you believe in.
Exactly.
It's just like if we bring religion into it. It's the same type of thing on that.
Just like if I was trying to go around making everyone turn vegan, it's like I don't go and preach what I feel is right for me. Like it's the same
everything
thing.
And that's the thing, like what's right for me isn't necessarily right for you. Isn't necessarily right for the person that I meet in 20 minutes. Like those kinds of things. And so that's where my issue with things is I feel like I'm not quite as an oddball because I've been watching it, like my feed on Instagram has like a handful of people that I necessarily never would have thought that I would have been watching. But like watching some of their stuff, I'm like, yeah, they've got a damn good point. Like,
yeah, it makes you think a little bit more, and you're like, well, let me do more research. Let me look into that and just see if it's something that aligns with how I think of things and live my life.
Yeah. And my biggest issue is the hypocrisy in both sides. Both sides.
Oh yeah, both sides are shit. Like no one's perfect.
It's not just one. Now let's go back to our regularly programmed show. So, all right. So this one is considered a battle, but I'm just gonna give you we're gonna see how quickly you can answer this. There's three clues. Okay. I'm going to read a clue to you. And we're going to see if you can at which point you can figure out the answer. So you're gonna get some time between each clue to see.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So first clue, and remember, 90s. I was the first woman of African American descent to be on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
Okay.
Do you know who I am?
Is it a model?
Let me read the next one to you. That kind of gives you the answer on that. I was also a Victoria's Secret angel.
Okay. So Tyra Banks.
Yes. You kind of had two, although I don't know if she was ever on Sports Illustrated. The two big ones really were her and Naomi Campbell.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I'm kind of surprised Tyra was before Naomi. I guess they were the same time. But...
yeah, at the same time. So she was probably just got it first.
All right. Who released the best-selling album of her 35-year career in 1998?
35-year career. Kylie Minogue?
Mm-mm.
Thinking. Cher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1998, huh? That was her best
Best-selling album. It took her 35 years.
Wow.
Maybe.
Okay. Don't know if you'll know this one. I wouldn't, but in 1999, hockey great Wayne Gretzky retired from the NHL, but what team was he playing for at the time? I've got 4 options, okay? New York Rangers, St. Louis Blues, Los Angeles Kings, Edmonton Oilers.
What year was it?
99.
99. I definitely never watched hockey in the 90s. What was the last option again?
Edmonton Oilers.
Where the hell is that at?
Edmonton, probably like Washington or something.
I'm gonna go with that.
That's my guess.
I don't know.
New York Rangers.
I was gonna say New York, but I'm like, oh, it's too obvious. Everyone knows New York.
Yep. All right. You got one last one?
Let me sorry. All right, here's a fun one. What size of shoes did Shaquille O'Neal wear? Was it size 18, 20, or 22?
18.
No.
22?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know he actually, side note, and he's somebody that would be awesome to meet. He had...
I feel like if you lived in Orlando during the 90s, like everyone met him just about, because I think my boyfriend met him.
He was in Tampa
recently,
the weekend I was at Spooky. Yeah.
Oh.
He was at the Haunted Carnival. He was DJing over there, but we'd seen a video of he does great stuff. Like he'll be at like Walmart and he'll see a family struggling and he'll be like, what do you guys need? And he'll take care of it. There was one where a kid who was probably like 14, 15 maybe, and was already like 6'6" or something like that, and where like having trouble with shoes and stuff because he had a large foot and he took him into a shop that did custom shoes, got him like 2 or 3 pairs of shoes that of the size that he needed.
Those things are probably
all
expensive.
That kind of stuff. Oh yeah, definitely. So he is definitely somebody
seems like a cool guy.
Would be, yeah, definitely. DJ Diesel, I believe is his name.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
we'll see you next year, everybody.
Peace out.